Welcome back, guys. अब हम करेंगे thermal properties of matter. Question 2, paper 2, 5054. Question 2. Copper is sometimes chosen as a material to make pans for heating liquids. Heating liquids, and copper is the material used to make it because क्योंकि copper is a good conductor of heat. That is why a copper pan contains water at room temperature. The top surface of the water in the pan cools as the water evaporates. This surface will cool down as the water evaporates क्योंकि ना जब evaporation take place करती है, so the particles with the higher kinetic energy will escape, right? जो particles have gain enough kinetic energy to escape, warming down the other water, cooling down the other water, I mean. Yeah. So the particles with higher kinetic energy or more heat will escape the surface of the water, hence leaving it cold. Anyways, आगे पढ़ लेते हैं. Convection current causes the rest of the water to cool. Explain how this convection current is produced. जैसे मैंने अभी आपको बताया था, जिस particles की ज्यादा kinetic energy होती है on the surface of the water will escape the water, और जब वो water को escape कर लेंगे they will cool the rest of the surface. ठीक है ना? They will cool the rest of the surface. तो जब ऊपर ठंडा पानी होगा और नीचे गर्म पानी होगा, as we all know, cold water is denser than warm water. Cold water is denser than warm water. So जो denser चीजें होती है ना, that usually sink, and the warmer चीजें जो warmer war denser और non dense मतलब less dense, the water will rise. अगर आपने देखा हो कि आप कोई metal को पानी में फेंके तो the metal sinks because the metal has a denser property. ठीक है ना? मेटल इज डेंस सो इट सिंक्स. सो अगर हम उसको रिलेट करें इससे, तो द कोल्ड वाटर इज डेंसर देन द वार्म वाटर, एंड सिंस इट इज डेंसर देन द वार्म वाटर इट विल सिंक एंड द वार्म वाटर विल राइज, है ना? बिकॉज द कोल्ड वाटर इज सिंकिंग, द वार्म वाटर विल राइज बिकॉज द वार्म वाटर इज less dense than the cold water. So that is the reason. So as I'm saying, a warm water जो है that will rise, और जो cold water है that will sink, और this chain will continue again and again and again जब तक सारा पानी ठंडा नहीं हो जाता. ये surface water contracts as it cools. Molecules at the surface become closer. Surface cold water is its density increases or density greater than rest of the water. Surface cold dense water sinks, or deeper warm less dense water rises upwards. Less dense water which is warm will rise up. More dense water which is cold will sink down. The copper pan is now placed on a hot plate that is switched on. Name the process by which thermal energy passes through the base of the pan. That will be conduction. Very simple. ठीक है ना? अब आगे करते हैं. कंडक्शन जो होती है वो इट इज मेनली थ्रू सॉलिड्स, सो दैट्स व्हाई ये जो हॉट प्लेट होगी एंड द पैन बोथ आर सॉलिड, सो conduction will take place. Copper remains a solid when heated up to 1000 degrees Celsius. State one other reason why it is sensible to make a pan out of copper. Because it is a good conductor of heat. Good. मैंने मेरे ख्याल से शुरू में मेंशन किया था. Conductor of heat. That is why pans are made of copper. क्योंकि अगर आप मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल ग्लास से बना लेते हो. First of all, glass is very easily breakable. Second of all, जो glass है, it is not that good of a conductor in comparison with the copper. आगे देख लेते हैं. The water in the pan is heated from 17 degrees Celsius until it starts to boil at 100 degrees Celsius. The specific heat capacity is 4200 joules per kilogram centigrade. और ये the pan contains 750 grams of water. Calculate the energy needed to increase the temperature of water from 17 to 100 degrees Celsius. 17 से 100 degrees Celsius. So, first of all, मैं ये आपको ये दिखा देता हूँ. This is the formula to calculate what the specific heat capacity is. So, Q will be the energy, M will be the mass, C will be the specific heat capacity, and T will be the delta temperature, which is the change in temperature. मतलब फाइनल टेम्परेचर माइनस इनिशियल टेम्परेचर. तो हम इसको कैलकुलेट कर लेते हैं. Q is equals to mass which is 720 grams. हम लिख लेते हैं इसको 0.75 in kilograms. और फिर C which is specific heat capacity which will be 4200 into delta T which is the change in temperature. तो 100 minus 17. 100 minus 17 will give us, ये लिख लेते हैं, 100 minus 17 will give us I think 83, and that will give us an answer of 2.6 into 10 raised to the power of 5. चेक करते हैं. 2.6 into 10 raised to the power of 5 joules. So that is the answer. Very simple. State two ways in which boiling differs from evaporation. जब boiling of water हो रहा होता है ना, it is happening throughout all of the water. उसका सारे वॉल्यूम के अंदर, पूरे वॉल्यूम के अंदर बॉइलिंग हो रही होती है. while on the other hand evaporation only occurs on the surface. ठीक है ना. evaporation only occurs at surface. और सेकंड, जो बॉइलिंग होती है ना, दैट ओनली अकर्स एट 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस. while evaporation मतलब रेंज ऑफ टेम्परेचर होती है थोड़ी सी, बट इट हैज टू बी मोर देन 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस फ्रॉम फॉर evaporation. दो evaporation में किसी भी टेम्परेचर में हो जाती है evaporation. मतलब ज्यादातर इन अ रेंज ऑफ मेनी टेम्परेचर्स evaporation हो जाती है. आपने कभी देखा होगा कि बारिशों के दिनों में पानी इकट्ठा हो जाता है, लेकिन सन के निकले बगैर भी पानी evaporate हो जाता है. इट vanishes. इट इज नॉट द कमाल ऑफ योर सूअर्स बिकॉज वो चलते नहीं है. दिस इज द कमाल ऑफ योर evaporation. It only occurs at a specific temperature, boiling point. Evaporation occurs throughout the liquid and produces bubbles, or does not produce cooling, or does not depend on drought surface. अच्छा ठीक हो गया. This is the answer. At 100 degree centigrade, the temperature of the water stops increasing even though energy is still being transferred to the water. Explain in terms of Explain in terms of molecules why thermal energy is needed to change the state of the water from liquid to gas. From liquid to gas, there is a change in states. So, in order for the water to turn into liquid to gas, there need to be certain bonds which have to be broken, right? Certain bonds should be broken in order for the liquid to turn into gas or the gas to be released via liquid. Work done against forces breaks the bonds between the molecules, increases the potential energy so that as the molecules move apart, separate and become gas molecules. As simple as that. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Allah Hafiz.